Hello and welcome back to another video that is going to be focusing primarily on AI slop, particularly the kind that is polluting our feeds in the form of AI generated ads that do not advertise the product even remotely accurately, for that matter. There's a lot of videos that are kind of all over the place. I don't really want to make this channel like a full-on critique of these sorts of schemes, because there are plenty of them. But it's just been something that's been on my mind for the past couple weeks now. I know that other people are talking about it, and it's something that I think people should be aware of because, get ready. This is a scam, fully AI enabled, perpetrated by the worst of the worst in society. Okay, I shouldn't say the worst of the worst, but just people who could be doing literally anything else to better society, and instead they prefer to take the route of using AI to scam elderly people, which is just fantastic. So I'm going to take you through this briefly, and I'm not really going to make this a focus. Like, this is probably going to be the only video that I make on this. There's so many of these sort of scams out there, and honestly, it doesn't really make sense to dwell on it when they're just going to keep on popping up. Like, as I'm about to show you, a lot of these are pretty much like rinse and repeat. These are like scamming sites that will pop up under some domain for like a couple months, and then once enough people catch on that, oh, this is a scam, they retire the domain, they take the Shopify store down or whatever it is, and just boom, put up a new one, brand new Shopify account, whatever it is. I mean, these people, that's just how the people operate. So I'm going to stop rambling without showing you, what I'm about to show you. So let's just jump right into it. So here we have an ABC News article. This came out, when did this come out? May 8th of 2026. So a couple weeks ago, as of now. Visual investigation. Scores of online resellers are using AI to fool customers by pretending to be mom and pop stores. One such example, which I received an ad for in my YouTube feed, was this one, George's Caps. Look at this. Just a humble, lowly man named George who, as you scroll through the site, you pick up on the fact, oh, he's, every cap I've made at George's Caps has been cut, stitched, and shaped by hand in my small workshop. Since 1988, I've dedicated my life to creating caps the way my father taught me and the way his father taught him. No shortcuts, no rushing, just honest craftsmanship. I can tell you right now, can't highlight on here, but there absolutely are shortcuts, and there absolutely is a lot of rushing, because these so-called homemade caps that you see are, with these like AI models on the backside, most likely made in a sweatshop somewhere in China. They're no different, in fact, from these, which I tracked down on Amazon. You can find a lot of these caps by these like unknown brands on Amazon. They're made in China. Spoiler alert. But if you look, you'll notice the Wool Herringbone Flat Cap, Scottsdale, handcrafted caps built to last, made with care by George since 1988. Free shipping worldwide, almost out of stock. Get it right now. Oh, look at this. Extra discount when you buy more. Add any 2 items to your cart and get 20% off. Add any 4 items to get 30% off. Like, this is just, oh my gosh, this is just a cash grab. But you can see the similarity, right? This is called a herringbone. Interesting. So, but yeah, the description is not the same here. 100% polyester. And then he's claiming here wool hair. Oh, it's wool, is it? So it's polyester and wool at the same time. That is fascinating. I wonder who's lying. So anyways, it's just absolute slop, guys. I mean, look at this. Here's an about section with a very, this looks like a Flux model. Given the fact that the text is coherent, I imagine this was probably made with like flux.dev or flux. I don't know which Flux model actually. This is definitely AI generated, though. It doesn't take a lot to see that, even with the coherent text. It's just a feel, you know what I mean? A feel, and the sewing machine doesn't look right, and like, what is that? And what is this? I started the shop back in 1988 with a bench, a few tools, and a love for the old caps I grew up with. For 38 years, I've been cutting, stitching, and shaping caps the way I believe they should be made, steady and honest, built to last. Honest? Are you really going to pull the honest on us? I'm offering up to 80% off on my remaining collection. Well, yeah, of course, because he's going out of business, guys. Like, he's been doing this for so long, and we don't know why he's going out of business, but he just so happens to be going out of business, and like, you need to buy as many caps as you can, like right now. Free shipping, like, come on, they're handcrafted, hassle free. We're gonna get into that hassle free exchange. If you scroll to the bottom here, so again, we're still on the site here. Let me just show you the other tabs real quick. Again, it's kind of like, oh, there's my story, track my order, contact. Let's stop on my story real quick. I'll just show you this real quick. It's just more AI slop. Like, I thought this was kind of funny, because like, it's a black and white photo, but it's very crisp at the same time. And this is supposedly, well, let's see, if George is like in his 70s or 80s, this looks like it would be in the 60s. What is going on? Can I open this? I can't right click on this site. Like, the way this is rendered, I can't extract anything. Hopefully I can do this though, and that's showing up okay for you guys. Hope I'm not covering it, but yeah, like, look at what is going on with the scissors here. Okay, and you've got like an iron, like one of the old-fashioned irons, but then this lamp looks weird. Like, what is that switch going on? The fingers look okay, surprisingly, but you can easily tell, like, the scissors are a dead giveaway. Scammers nowadays, they are able to do so much with AI that looks very convincing. If this exact scammer were trying to pull this off 2 years ago with the AI visuals, it would be much, much, much more obvious, and hopefully people would not be buying stuff off the site. But, in the modern day and age where you have models like Flux, as I've mentioned before, which can provide, it's a local model too, it's very easy to run on a consumer GPU. You can produce like very near photorealistic images with very consistent text and faces, fingers, as you can see. That's why I'm like curious. I highly suspect that all of these images were made with Flux, but I could be wrong. There's no real way to tell. Anyways, I'm ranting. So we go on the bottom here real quick. Just want to show you. There is a phone number here, which I took the liberty of calling, and I wouldn't encourage you to call the number because you're just going to be wasting your time. But it leads to, no one picks up. It doesn't even ring. It goes to a pre-recorded message, which sounds very AI, encoded. No, not encoded's not the right word. It sounds like AI, and it's kind of this AI voice of an old man saying, "This is George. I can't come to the phone right now, but if you send me an email, I'll try to get back." It's just like, oh my gosh, they're so lazy. They're so lazy. And if you email this, of course, I tried to email or send an email, and I actually haven't heard back because I didn't send an inquiry about an order or anything. I was just like wanting to find out more about like potentially where they were operating, that sort of thing. It just got completely ghosted. What else is there? Is there anything else to show on this site? Anyways, you get the gist. I've been spending way too much time on this site. So back to the article. This is an ABC article. Of course, it's talking about a bunch of these different sort of sites. George's Caps is one. You can see here. These scams, they all have the same template. It's often you've got an elderly individual going out of business. They have some sort of mom and pop shop, which never has a physical address, by the way. You would think if you've been making caps for 38 years and you've been selling them from your shop, then your shop would have some sort of physical address. Like, George, where is your shop? If we go back here, there's no address. There is no physical address whatsoever. And people report on Trustpilot that, they're like, when they tried to return an item, they would get these like random addresses that, a random address in New York that didn't go anywhere. Really weird, sus kind of red flags that customers unfortunately realized way too late. Anyways, the point being, none of these places have physical addresses. And the template is the same. You've got Walter's caps, Henry's caps, George's caps. That's the one we just saw. And again, guys, the model is very much just rinse and repeat. You don't have to put a lot of thought into the brand. As soon as people find out it's a scam, it's okay. Take down your Shopify store, create a new domain. You could call it something like, Bob's Caps, and just start the scam up again and hope people don't notice in time. So if we like scroll through here, announce our big sale. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to go through the details in here too much. You can read the article. But the point being is, these are popping up all over the internet. So, this brings me to my, this is my magnum opus, my great work, if you will, that I took on to sort of not really get back at the scammer, because there's not much I can do. I don't know who this person is. I don't know if it is a person or if it's like a bunch of people. It's some underground network. I don't know where they're operating out of. I don't know anything. The website is very lacking in terms of details, personal details, I should say. Tracking the domain back, of course, it's like, the who is privacy filters is on. Like, there's no way I can see who bought the domain, which is pretty standard for businesses like these. Even like normal Shopify businesses, like, it's pretty hard to track down domains and stuff. So I have no idea who this is. One thing I noticed, though, that was kind of, I don't know if this was intentional on their part or sloppy or whatever, but the domain they chose for this was georges-caps.com, as you can see. Very recent domain. They bought it in February. You can at least like track that down. It was bought only a few months ago. georgescaps.com was not taken, surprisingly, and it was only $14 per year through a domain provider, and so I bought it. It's like $14 for an entire year. And what did I do with this domain? Well, using GitHub Pages, which allows you to host for free static sites. It doesn't allow for any sort of back-end integration. But I created this pretty much just static site with my own AI-generated visuals showing you what the scam really is. Here's our humble and lovable George, who is standing in front of these workers who are working in China somewhere, making these caps. Well, they're not really making caps, though, are they? It looks like they kind of deviated. It looks like they're making like clothes. I don't even like who dress shirts. I can't even really tell what they're making. Anyways, I probably should have like dressed up the text a little bit more. Anyways, I used Claude for most of this. I essentially had it sort of copy the HTML and the styling of the original site and transfer it over into the new site with as many disclaimers and red flags as possible. So you can see up here, like up to 80% off. This entire site is a scam. Let's go back. And just like little lines here and there. So I don't know. What am I trying to accomplish with this? Not a lot. Like, I did this more so just for my own amusement, but what I have been doing is like pasting this URL under like their Facebook page, the George's Caps like scammers Facebook page, posting it under like Trustpilot reviews, posting it just wherever I can, just to hopefully sway more people or get more people away from this URL and hopefully onto this URL where they can hopefully get educated. But I don't know. People are going to buy what they're going to buy. The average American consumer nowadays, they see something on TikTok, they see something on YouTube, and they're just like, oh yeah, a cap, sure. Like, let me just follow this link, and it's so easy to buy something nowadays. Like, you don't even have to put much thought into it. It's like 3 clicks and boom, like you've made an order. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not expecting to do a lot with this. I'm only keeping the domain for a year, and then I'm just going to let it expire. I just find this amusing at the very least. This part was fun to do. Don't just take my word for it. Take the bot's word too, because if you go back to the original site, is it here? Oh, did he take it? Did he take it down? I wonder. Wait, can I go? Oh my gosh, there used to be. This is the original. That is funny. Okay. Only a few days ago, there actually used to be like a little review box, like on the original website, with very obviously fake reviews, all 5 stars, of course. And now I'm suddenly like not seeing it. Am I blind? Am I seeing? No, I'm not seeing it. That is funny. So someone is updating the site behind the scenes, which is interesting. Anyways, I kept that in. These were the original reviews that were on the website. I just added like verified bot after all of them. Anyways, yeah. So I had like a brief call to action here on the trolling site, if you will. Spam the scammer. So this is the email address that's often used, or that is supposed to be used for customer service, as you can see here. Email George at georgescaps.com. Sorry, georges-caps.com. And just spam this email. And I'm gonna reiterate that in this video. This is who knows who's behind the scenes, but what we do know is that it's some low-life scammer. They don't care about the fact that they are scamming the elderly, and they're using very poor quality products, and they're using AI to essentially trick people into buying these products. And to me, that fully warrants completely spamming their inbox and making sure that their life is absolute hell. Anyways, enough of that. Enough of those sites. I don't even know, like, what is the point of this video? The point is to just be vigilant and don't buy things, off of your YouTube feed or off of your Instagram or TikTok feed just because, honestly, the point should just be don't buy anything off social media. Like that should just be, just set that rule for yourself, and you'll probably save a lot of money and not have any regrets with regards to the quality of products that you receive. Just don't buy anything on social media, because more often than not, it will either be a scam, or you might actually receive the hat because, multiple people actually did receive their caps. These at $34. Yeah, that's also outrageous. But the quality is not going to be there. And can I just point this out? $175 is listed as like the original price, and they're selling this for $34.95. I mean, I'm not going to get into it right now. I could probably scour Alibaba and like find however much this actually costs. Probably like $2 or $3, but that's just scummy. Here's one for a leather flat cap, $195. It looks like Hugh Jackman. 175, 185. It's just like the audacity of these people. Anyways, that's all I got. Just be vigilant. Understand that these are very much scams, and the people behind them wish to remain as anonymous as possible, and they unfortunately probably will remain anonymous. But the one thing you can do is, of course, review bomb them, leave them 1-star reviews, spam their inbox, do whatever it takes. Just to I don't even know, like, Obviously, I'm not for harassing like innocent people, but in this case, I feel like it is justified because these people are just like truly scum. Anyways, that's all I got. I'm not going to ramble anymore. So, see you next time.